Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moonride. This is Dave Johnson, and I'm channeling the man in the moon. Today, I am going to channel some holiday messages. That is only positive things for this holiday season. It's going to be just regular channeling as opposed to trance channeling. Let's see what Spirit has to say. And forgive me if there's like noise around. I'm kind of at this funny hotel in the back. So, first bit of good news, it does have to do with Trump. And he has this crown, and he's showing me this crown, and it's like, here, take a look. Ooh, he's snapping it in half. He's jumping around. He's hopping mad. And it's interesting. It's almost like I'm focusing on a jewel from the crown. Like I'm going inside of the jewel. I'm getting one thing that might be interesting is see this from a different perspective, this whole Trump experience. It's a sort of reflection or refraction of our society and what's going around. I see lots of people, especially women, sort of their hands on their hips, like being strong and showing some, real justice. So I think that's the flip side of what's going on. And they're rising. Yeah, this is the positive of all the Trump years. It's this sort of power, unification, change. The new earth is shifting. All right, Spirit, more good news from Trump, about Trump. So I see a flat plain, and then there's a sort of a mountain, and people, it's like one mountain, and it's like people are climbing up the mountain. We're getting a perspective. It feels to me like these problems, oppression, they always have existed. And now we're getting above it so we can see it. And I just get this sort of feeling of like waves change. There's always going to be change. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to ask directly if Trump is, what consequences Trump is going to face. A judge sits in on a stand, and the judge has a sword of justice. It's a lady judge, and she cuts a portion, like the portion where the witness sits. It's like she cuts that, and it's like they're cutting out the witnesses and talking directly to the people. You get a feeling like we've already done the witnesses. The witnesses have already testified against Trump. Tell us more, Spirit. It's okay. At this point, it's now Trump's turn to testify. It's like we've already heard from all the people. We got all the information. There's nothing more but putting Trump before the people and making him speak. And it seems like it's not in a jury box. It's before the people, maybe even before a body of like senators or something. Immediately Trump is in a high place, but he has to walk downstairs and like go on the level of the rest of us. I see him being interviewed by, more regular people, like all of the other readers are there just face to face, So there's Lena, Sheila, Linda G, all of the people we like to watch. And it's more like a one on one conversation. And sorry, I left out a lot of people and I want to include everybody. So if you are a reader, you are included. You get to ask Trump one on one, just like a regular person. He has been brought down to the size of a regular person. Trump is, it's something to remember. He is just a person. We should not be treating him any differently. And just like everybody else, he's going to face the truth. And Trump is symbolic of a whole body of people that never have had to face the truth before, but now they will. This is really important, good news for us. This is really what we've been waiting for. Just fair treatment. Somebody has died, and there's a grave, and Trump is at it. He's there with some flowers. Maybe he even looks just humble, and somehow maybe that's it. It's sort of a message like, other people, that people die, just normal people, humans die, and humans also suffer a loss, and he will too. He's there with, and he looks apologetic. He looks contrite. Yeah, and there's no more about Trump. That's what we need to know. We will be vindicated. That's important for us. Any other great news that you can tell us, Spirit? It's not exactly great news, but um, but it's good news. The weather's changing, and it's waking people up to the issues that are involved in the earth. So it's too bad if you are suffering the cold right now. I know that in the United States it's really cold, and other places on the planet you're having environmental problems. Just like Trump, this is bringing something up. It needs to be solved. It needs to be part of everybody's consciousness that the planet needs our love. Mother Earth needs our love. It's not a one-way street, right? We can't just take and take and take. So love your Earth today however you can. Remember that the material goods are nothing without an earth to stand on. It's good news in the sense that most of you watching are already engaged in this idea, but it does need a mass movement, and that's really what's happening as we get these terrible cold snaps and things like this. Another bit of good news seems to involve Ukraine and Putin, Zelensky. Zelensky's smiling. He's holding something in his hand. It kind of looks like Trump's broken crown in a way. uses it as a telephone, like a broken crown, and it kind of looks like a half moon. He uses it to call, to make a call. I almost think it's more like an announcement. Like he could be literally telephoning Joe Biden, but, and I know he just saw Biden. So that could be part of the message here. But it also seems like he's just telling the world. One thing about Ukraine is that it lets us know that it is possible. It's possible for a country to determine its own way. And I'm just reminded of this as I sit here in Vietnam, which is a country that really did determine its own way. Putin seeming very frustrated. He's losing. He really is losing the popularity that he has. He's looking a bit fearful. What's he gonna do? What's Putin gonna do, Spirit? Spirit's like just showing me that he grows smaller. And keep in mind, this is good news. I don't expect Spirit to tell me about anybody, dying or anything like that. So it's just he just becomes very small. I do see him disappearing and something or someone else rising. And it's an important change, like are they gonna get a new leader or I'm kind of getting a yes on that. And it's like this, and then doors open. Tell us about this change, Spirit. It's light. It's just straight up light. I get the feeling that some much more enlightened leader will show up. And I specifically get a leader that treats women better. And that to me is not just women, but a more divine feminine. They're more in balance with that. It's like here's some light, and a woman comes to meet it, and she seems pretty happy. And it's like she's got one of those handkerchiefs over her head, like a babushka. She takes it off, and it's like modern Russian woman. She's very beautiful. And it's more about balance and home life, and it's not just about the power and the money and the mafia and all that stuff. It might even be a women's movement in Russia. It's going a bit in opposition to the Orthodox Church. Yeah, I feel like in Russia, women will make a climb, and I don't think it's just women. I think it's the divine feminine will begin to rise, and I have the same feeling. Like the country maybe needed to find the epitome of the worst to get to something better, just like in the United States. The good news really is that we're changing. The earth is changing. It's not going to stay with dominant forces anymore. That's the good news. And it's like, I started with a broken crown. Now a crown is being put back together. And it doesn't have so many jewels and stuff. It's just simple. It's just a gold band. And it forms a circle, like a new connection, a new earth. I'm just being reminded to tell everyone, don't forget the wonderful things about life on Earth. Don't forget the wonderful things in your life. These can be, forgotten when we get involved in the problems and worries and stresses that we naturally go to because we like to survive, and that's the way that we're built. On this holiday time, don't forget to go to the things that make you happy. Don't think only of others. You can also think of yourself. What makes you truly happy? What do you have that you think is a wonderful thing, a wonderful part of your life? And on that note, thanks so much for watching. Happy holidays.